So I think this next story, staying with the Hunger Games kind of, is going to create maybe a little Hunger Games of our own. So someone wrote to the New York Times to ask if they were wrong to refuse to switch seats on a plane to accommodate a parent with small kids. This person says they did the work. They were organized and they booked a spot and paid for more leg room ahead of time, and they just didn't want to move. Was that so offside?
Guys, I don't think so. Hear me out. First of all, this woman should not have been asked to move in the first place. You don't ask the person who is organized and pays for the best seat in economy to move. You ask a single traveler, who's maybe in a bad seat, and you say, hey, bud, we need to accommodate this mom or dad and their kid. How about you move up to business class? Or how about you move up to a good spot? That's what you do. You don't compromise the person you're asking the favor of. You sweeten the deal. So I think that was just handled poorly in the first place. But Airport Jess is not the Jess you see here now. She's a monster. And I don't think I would move. I book those same two seats on every flight.
I think you would.
Pay extra. No, I would not.
No, but Jess, you're missing the
I would work with the flight attendant to find another solution. There's no way I would give up the seat.
The solution is airlines who do this. Because I'm telling you, they're pitting passengers against each other, and that's not fair. Why is it that, like I saw one of the comments, a viewer wrote in if someone paid for that seat. No. Why is a family, when you book on one credit card in one reservation, why is anyone in that reservation split up? Like the person on the other end or the computer, it doesn't know kid, not kid. If you are booking together, you should be sat together. So I already take issue with airlines who are trying to make money. Let's call this what it is. How do you get seats together? How do you get better seats? How do you get exit row? How do you get it for better? You pay. And if you don't pay, they literally it's like they throw a stack of cards on the floor and you sit where you sit. It is unconscionable that a 3-year-old or a toddler is not automatically sat with their parent. It shouldn't be anybody
this
talking
just
to
happened.
each other.
Like I just got back from a flight from Jamaica and we were traveling with other families. And so one of the families I traveled with, they were traveling with their 2 sons who are 6 and 8, and the whole family was separated. So they were in that middle. They weren't in the first class and they weren't in the least class, which I was in. They were in the middle section, so a little bit more leg room, 2 seats.
And they didn't have to pay.
They did pay for that premium. They paid for that actual premium, but they were all separated. And we booked this ages ago. So this woman who's saying, if you booked in advance.
But don't you pick on the thing? There's a little picture. With
It was the return flight. So it was the check-in on the return flight the seats weren't chosen. Oh. They had asked for first class, they didn't get that. So they were in the next tier, and by the time they picked it, whomever had already picked up all the seats. All this to say they asked the front desk for it to change. They did everything right. Finally, they got in there. You got 2 kids separated. New flyers. Oh. So she went up and asked this young teenager who said, no, I'm not moving. And so she said, okay, if you don't want to move, let me tell you about what your flight is going to be like. Oh. Sitting next to my son. And he changed.
Oh, wow. That's not cool.
Yeah. That is, Airport Jess, I'm talking to you. Now, Airport Jess and Airport Lainey are typically best friends, but that is my nightmare scenario. Like, you say no, and you're like, yeah, I'm not changing. I paid for this. And then what they do is they keep the kid, the Damien, or whatever devil name is used to describe children now, and that is your flight. And that is, to me, and listen, if I'm the parent, if I'm the person who's gonna be the jerk, who's like, no, I don't care about you and your family, then expect jerk behavior back where the parent's gonna be like, okay, here's Damien, have a good time.
But just one quickly, this is all assuming that you're traveling alone. And if I were traveling alone, yeah, Airport Jess would be softer, yeah, whatever. But generally, we're traveling with our partners or traveling with a friend. So they're asking you to break up with your companion to accommodate someone. That's why the whole thing should be handled differently. You hit up the single travelers, boost them up to first class, everyone's happy.
That sounds like a party.
I should be running an airport.
Airlines. I was about to say that. We will revamp the app, okay, Jess? That's what we're going to do here.
Yeah.